Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. Welcome to the start of a new league. It is the Bestiary League. We will hunt down dangerous beasts and sacrifice them to craft valuable items. We will be playing this one solo self-found, so no trading and no partying for me. But that's fine. That's how I usually play. We're gonna play with one of the new skills, the Spectral Shield Throw, and we're gonna pick up the Juggernaut and turn it into
Do you think you are savage enough to face the land of the damned, Marauder? We offered you truth, yet still you clasped your superstitious lies. We offered you service, yet you wasted your strength in defiance.
Nice. Voice acting is gone. That's what's saying. We'll start with a Marauder.
Dead should remember their place.
And turn it into a Juggernaut once we complete the labyrinth. Oh, I did a whole theory crafting video on exactly what the plans are, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. Either you'll remember or you'll just have to see. Or just it's going to be a nice surprise. Okay, let's put this one over here. And then run onwards towards Hillock. Oh, pick up Ruthless. Every third hit is going to do more damage, which is nice. So for the Bestiary League, we will be catching monsters, sort of like Monster Hunter World or Pokemon or something along those lines. And then we're going to sacrifice them and craft things from their bloody corpses. So I'm very curious to see how that is gonna turn out. Alright, big guy is down.
See another dawn.
And we'll start off very traditional with life and armor. Driftwood Club, it's not an improvement. This one has 2 links, so we'll just go with what we have here. Eventually we're gonna pick up a very sturdy armor shield, and in terms of weapons we're rather open-ended. Because we'll be using our shield for the damage. For the time being, let's use Molten Strike as... yeah, that just works with all the different... yeah, all the different elements. So we'll replace a Heavy Strike with Molten Strike, and we get some glowy balls to jump around. And oh, let's also sell all these things that we're not using, including the Heavy Strike. Or do there happen to be speed boots for sale? Nope. Right. Then that is alright. Maybe some useful early on rings or amulets. Nope. You know what? We'll just push forward and we'll see what we find.
Exile, you are a welcome omen.
I am surrounded by living corpses and dying Oriathans.
So this is the new beast crafting master. Let's see what he has to say.
That look in your eye, I recognize it. A survivor, just like Einhard. That is my name, Exile. Einhard. In my native tongue it means lone fighter. That is what Einhard was for many years. But it is dangerous now to fight alone. Too dangerous, even for the mighty Einhard. We are in the final days of this world, Exile. Of that, I'm sure.
Ominous.
The animals in this land are sick. Sick in the body, and sick in the mind. I have never seen such a sickness before. Only one thing can be done. We survivors must prepare for the end. and delay its arrival as long as we can. For that, we will need supplies, weapons, shelter, food. This is where you come in.
Okay.
Einhard has collected many things. Some useful, some not. Many explosive. I can hunt the beasts of this land for meat, but you can only learn a little from meat. To survive, we must know how to raise them. We must collect them. We must catch them alive. And keep them fed and healthy. I can do the keeping alone, but not the catching. There are beasts here that show promise. I need you to capture them. To do this, you must weaken a beast, then throw a net on it. I have created many ingenious nets. I will give you some. You will use them. When the beast is subdued, I will take it to the Menagerie, where it will be kept alive, I think. For a little while, at least. When the time comes, the animal will become food. Food for Einhard. Food for the other beasts. And food for the first ones. But first, we hunt. Here, now.
But first, we hunt with simple rope nets. Effective against beasts of level 1 to 13. So that's the early parts of Act 1. Activate to use this type of net when capturing beasts. Net tier 1. I believe there's 10 different tiers. Okay, attempt to capture a beast with your currently selected net. Bound to the hotkey V by default. You can change to a new type of net by right-clicking it in your inventory. So, and we can purchase nets, and 3 new nets cost a scroll of wisdom. So I'll just buy 1 more, then we got 8. I have no idea how many we will need, but we'll see. Ooh, he has something to say about the hunt.
Einhard has collected many things.
It's just not properly faded out. Okay, so I'm playing on the Sunday of launch weekend, not on the very first day. On the Reddit, I saw that there was quite an uproar over the behavior of the nets. Apparently, the window in which you can actually capture something is rather short. much shorter than expected. Ooh, that one looks savage. So let's throw a net at it. And kill it. Okay.
This one is captured. Einhard will take it.
So we caught a savage crab. That looked bloody.
You have shown Einhard that you are indeed a survivor, and you have given the first ones their first gift. So now, a gift for you. I do not look like an artist, but I am an artist all the same. Look, when you catch a beast, Einhard will note it down. A little picture, some words. When the world ends, we will need to have books. Information is needed to survive. To stave off the boredom and madness. To learn how to rebuild. You will help me fill it out, yes?
And we now have a bestiary in the logbook. So the wilds, felines, primates, canines, ursae and unnaturals. And in the sands we got avians and reptiles. In the caverns we find insects and arachnids. The deep, cephalopods, crustaceans and amphibians. Recipes, none unlocked yet. And we have 1 captured savage crab, which has 2 different icons. Is it like a pincer pointing one way and one pointing the other way, or is one more like a beak? Okay, and if we on the deep here, if we click on the crustaceans, then we get a slightly fancier list. Some say the crustacean is born from the souls of dead men, those warriors who fought and fell. For the crab is formed with its armor intact. Its sword becomes its pincers, and its shield becomes its skin. Sand spillers, 0 out of 14, 0 out of 28 in storage. This one is currently... Wonder if that's like the collection? Wonder if something happens once we fill up enough to get to the 14 and this is just the limit. No, if we get halfway. Because here as well, shield crabs, we got regular crabs, which we got one out of. Lurchers and spider crabs. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. So, early on, we're just gonna run through. We're gonna collect the monsters. Have to actually pay attention to the monsters. So one of the things that was in the patch notes that is gonna bear some paying attention to is that difficulty of monsters is now scaling differently. Before, monsters being of a higher difficulty, the blues, the yellows, the uniques, they had some intrinsic bonuses to all their stats that were being applied as increased rather than as more multipliers. And for map modifiers, the same thing applied. So that has been rebalanced, so that means throughout the entire game, some things might be a bit more difficult than they used to. And keep in mind, now this character is effectively still just naked, so we're really not defending all that much. The more stuff we pick up, the better that's gonna become. I usually do like to just get some gear on me. And a second mana flask would be lovely. The Spectral Shield Throw is a level 12 skill, so it's gonna take us until the Merville waypoint to actually unlock it. But until then, this is gonna be it. And we'll just focus on the beasties. And then once we get our new skill, we're gonna focus on that one. Ooh, savage crabs. Oh. Okay.
This one is captured.
Ah, yes.
I will take it.
That was odd.
Dominus
Okay,
wanted me
threw
to
it
die here.
and killed
I
it.
will disappoint him.
Can I summon him twice?
This one is captured. I will take it.
So I'll just queue up even if he's there. That's alright. I'm perfectly fine with that. And another skill point gets us a little bit more alive. Ooh, and there's the small mana flask I was so eager to find, so that is good. So grab me a bit more armor here as well. And we'll just throw out the stuff I'm not using. And then we kill all the things and we get more flask searches. Oh, a 3-link, that is useful. That means we can move this one over and then suddenly we don't need the weapon anymore for its links, so we can just pick whatever has the most damage on it. Works rather well. Oh, let me just double check. Is new character, new league. Is this my leveling setup? Yes, this is my leveling filter, so that's good. No new item bases were introduced. We did the nets can drop in the world, but now they are of I think they're stackable currency, which is just an existing type. So no, that's all right. Let's not stand in the middle of your firestorm. Okay, I did throw a net at him, but the window was not large enough. So that's... No, as I said, now the devs are going to look at that very early on in the next week. So it could be that now in like 2 or 3 episodes time, the patch will be out that fixes that. A shield. I like a shield. Bit of a chance to block. And oh, blue items I can sell even if I'm not gonna equip them. And there we have it, the next waypoint, but it is on the other side. So, select waypoint, find the medicine chest. Okay. Oh, that was busted on time. Yeah, it looks trapped.
This one is captured. Einhard will take it.
Cool. So that's the, let's see how, well, it even tracks the levels. And they're just regular savage crabs. So let's see if we can capture something a little stronger. Don't really have all that much. Hey, wait, was there a... Ooh. We have to complete the quest to unlock the Menagerie. Which is of course where all the beasties are being held. I must say, it's actually... He showed up one area earlier, or 2 areas earlier than I'd expected. I'd expected him to be not there until we get to the swamp. Because that's often the first introduction to the mechanics. But him just waiting outside of town is, oh, nice surprise. See, we don't have any boots yet, so I might as well just pick up the rawhide ones. Okay, no beasties yet. Ooh, we can catch roas in the next area. I suspect they'll be considered as beasties. On the other hand, they're undead, so maybe they're spoiled. Curious to see how the roas are gonna turn out. Okay. Where is the dude? Hail, Rick. There you are. Okay, a little step backwards here. Taking a little bit too much damage. Good thing is, Elric is taking more damage than I am. Also, you're running away from your support, mister. That's not a smart move in terms of tactics. You should stay with the group. There's safety in numbers. Okay, 1 medicine chest. Ooh, a yellow belt. Chainmail vest. Level 5. That's 1 level higher than what we currently are. That is not overly useful. Yeah, that might as well just bring it along for the ride. It's a belt. It's not a great belt, but it is a belt. For the body armor, I'll just wait until we find another 3-link. I'm kind of happy with this one. In terms of the other items, there, yeah, see 6 to 9, 6 to 8. Might as well pick up another one. Cool. Yeah, there are some crabs. Maybe there's a blue or yellow among them. No, see, they all have a net in their health bar, indication that they are capturable beasts. Nice touch of UI design. That way at least you don't have to guess if something is catchable or not, potentially wasting your precious nets. You can just see it. Ooh, the undead roa. Wonder if we could catch that. If Roas are catchable, wonder if we can catch the undead Roa. So many questions. Okay, at least there's some blue zombies. They might not be beasties, but they are magical enemies nonetheless. Magical Driftwood Scepter, at least there's some bit of magical damage on there. Just going through the items relatively early on. Just pick up what you have, equip it, use it, then discard it another level later. One of the nice things of this build is going to be that it is going to be weapon independent. Your weapon is only going to be a utility thing rather than an actual damage weapon. Well, obviously this early on we're actually relying on our damage via Bond Strike. That's empty some pockets, get ourselves a Quicksilver. But with Spectral Shield Throw, that is no longer going to be the case. So I'll put that one in the inventory. Let's see, Ancestral Call, Onslaught and Chance to Bleed. Bleed is something I will be focusing on with this build, so I might as well just grab that one. Then we have it in preparation. Though Ancestral Call. Single target melee attack. Now this is not gonna scale. Yeah, we'll grab that one. Put it in. And then sell some of the things we have. This is gonna be a drop-in upgrade, so we'll stick with it. That's actually we can just upgrade this one to a slightly better one, so we don't need to drink as much of it. And that's also good. Is there anything useful for sale here? Still no life rings. Still can't afford the life regen. That's gonna be nice and easy. Let's see, this is all for the inventory. I'll bring that one along. Then all we need is an orb of transmutation and we're gonna be good. So it's just my tradition in between episodes. I'll just sort out the stash. Right now it's just gonna be a single one. And then onwards.
We are at the end of days, Exile.
You really do sound like a Doomday Prepper.
Shh. Einhard has something important to tell you. You will listen carefully, yes? There are many rowers here, but there is only one Oozeback Bloom. He is a mighty rower, old and strong and dangerous. He reeks. He will make a fine gift for the first ones. Find Oozeback Bloom, weaken him, capture him. I will take him to the Menagerie. I will find a use for his back ooze. Maybe it is explosive. Maybe it is hallucinogenic. Remember, Exile, a strong beast will escape. A weak beast may join our Menagerie.
Oh, and we got 5 more nets. That is nice. So I see we are burning through these nets.
Goodbye.
A decent pace, but I wonder if he's gonna just simply gonna show up every single area. Oh, great Roas. They are capturable. So let's just do a bit of damage around me. Like that, and then throw a net, and then do more damage, and then we capture a Roa.
You are captured, stupid beast.
Not entirely respectful, calling the beast stupid, but well, they're captured. I'm not, so Maybe there's some truth to it. Okay, and that is yet another one. Captured. So for the short term, seems to be, you know, just lower their health down. Wait, was it still recharging? Okay. Yeah, lower health down a little bit and then murder them. And another one. I wonder how long Einhard is gonna feel like the very friendly prophecy lady that you just wish he would shut the heck up. Oh, my buddy Elrion is here. Oh, and there, a simple rope net. Nice. Battered helm, that's better than the iron helmets right now.
God bless you on this fine day, Exile.
Okay, survive for a minute. More importantly, that thing should survive for a minute. The very first encounter with Elrion's thing often ends poorly for the relic that has to be protected. Well, we'll see how we can deal with this.
Live in Wraeclast.
The fact that the relic heals itself definitely helps. Nine more seconds. Ooh, bunch of zombies. And there we are. Gain the level. So I'll be focusing on the major life regeneration nodes early on, because I want to grab Blood Rage when we can use it. And it is very, very useful to have at least 4% life regeneration before grabbing it, just so you don't lose anything. Let's see, 18.5 DPS becomes 23. And we lose a little bit of cold damage, but that's alright. More ROAS, so more capturing. Boop. Einhard. Come on.
This one is captured. Einhard will take it.
Einhard will take it. Okay, so one more Rowanist. That gets us to the exit, enrages the local wildlife. Thought I threw a trap. Could be that I'm mistaken about that. Pointer towards Oozeback Bloom. Yep.
This one is captured. Einhard will take it.
That's just another one of the other things. Boop. Another one.
You are captured. Stupid beast.
Stupid beast. And after he always appears afterwards, so you can purchase nets. That's actually a nice mechanic. So let's look for the boss of all ROAS. Okay, that one should be captured now.
You have been captured, beast. You will be a survivor, or you will be food.
Oozeback Bloom tends to lurk around walls. It's my experience. Let's see if that's... Yeah, there we are. Okay, let's throw the trap. Okay, and then we hit him. Yep. Yay! New recipe unlocked. Create a leveling item. Rare boots with movement speeds. Oozeback Bloom and 3 any ROAS. Nice. So once I'm done with these zombies, I'll have a chat with you. And anything in here that is useful? Cop sword, maybe. Oh. Not really, right? No, not really. Have a chat with Mr.
Great job, Exile. Oozeback Bloom now sits in his cage in the Menagerie. Come with me to the Menagerie. I will show you.
I will show you.
It will surprise you to learn that I am not popular. The others here are ignorant. They do not see the end coming. They are not survivors like me. Or you. Before we met, I kept beasts in the encampment. They got into the grain, then the meat. They were not as picky as Einhard about where they did their business. I learned that rowers do not digest rower meat very well. So I moved them to a new location. The Menagerie. Far away. It is a secret place. This is where we will perform the ritual for the first ones. I have built a blood altar for such a purpose. Do you wish to see it? Tell Einhard. You will be taken there.
Okay, so let's purchase more nets. Yeah, topping it up to 10 seems good. Then by the time we're running low, we'll just buy more. Not gonna go there just yet, because we can use the waypoints to go there. But that way we should be able to just get out of this area first. Though the layout is a little odd. But it would be nice to actually tag the next waypoint. So next area, so next episode we won't have to go after the mud flats. Another skill point. More life, more armor. Oh, wait. Did you all escape? That is just not done. I'm afraid we'll have to cross over to the other side. Most of the time it's somewhere near the top. There's already an exit there. Or was Elrion just standing right in front of the exits? That's very possible. The masters do tend to distort the area layouts a little bit, and indeed. So this gets us to yet another area. One waypoint, one skill point from Tarkley, or one skill from Tarkley to be more specific. Our buddy Elrion is here. And let's see, Vigilant Strike, that gets us some Fortify. Ancestral Protector, that's one of our endgame skills. And ooh, Molten Shell. Eventually that's gonna go on a cast when damage taken thing. So, sell some things that we're not using right now. Getting more currency. Ooh. A shield that has armor and a 2-link. For now, I'll just buy it. Seems like an upgrade. And then let's have a chat with Einhard in his Menagerie.
Farewell.
Can we just... No, we need to go to the waypoints. It's a bit like the hideout. You know that's going to be next icon there. Chat with Einhard. Einhard.
The arena just north. That is the blood altar. It is where you will perform the ritual of sacrifice by combat. Once you have captured a few beasts, go to the altar in the middle and begin the ritual. The first ones are watching. Show them you are worthy.
So who are those first ones?
They were the first survivors. The first one showed my people that to win, you must outlast. They left this world long ago to seek other survivors. But they will return. And when they do, I will join them in the Great Grove. And you will join Einhard, yes? Yes.
Why am I suspecting that he's gonna end up as a boss fight that wants to sacrifice us to the Great Ones?
You want to know Einhard's past? That is Einhard's business. No one else's. Not all beasts were born equal, survivor. The first ones look upon some captures and sacrifices more fondly than others. You may not even deem some beasts worthy of sacrifice. Do not worry. Einhard has imbued some orbs with powerful blood magic. You can use these bestiary orbs on any beast in the Menagerie, and the beast will be bound to the orb. Then you can do whatever you want with it. Give it to a handsome man like Einhard, maybe. You cannot tell, but I am very handsome under this mask. Once a bestiary orb contains a beast, you can use it again to release the creature to the Menagerie. Be careful, though. It will break the orb.
So, beasties will be tradable, though I think I remembered seeing somewhere that all the beasties will not be tradable for the first week. Just so people have the option to just fill up their bestiary and not make people fall prey to predatory trading and things like that. No, playing SSF, so don't have any issues with that. So, here we can see the next tier of nets. Reinforced rope nets, 7 to 23. That costs 2 scrolls of wisdom. I suspect the price is going to go up over time. So, for now, we'll probably be good.
The arena just north.
So, let's see. Menagerie depth, that's probably has some fishies in it. Caverns, the wilds. That corresponds to the wilds, the sands, the caverns, the deeps. So these are then the sands. They are the sands. Cool. So we've been grabbing stuff from the deep, right? Crustaceans. And the sands. So, let's have a quick look. Now we'll do the blood altar as the last thing this episode, but I just want to have a look at the beasties. We have no idea yet what is in here, but there's plenty of space for plenty more beasties. Ooh, the depths is below. Ooh, that looks like something powerful is supposed to be held there. Hey, we got those. Okay, is this linking? See giant crabs, and if we click it, then it opens up in the bestiary. Cool. Let's see if we can find the sands. Suspect there's going to be multiple exits. See if we can find the sands. See if Oozeback Bloom is in his how he's looking captured, and then we're gonna sacrifice him and get a nice pair of boots out of it. Hey, look. Yep, he's got his own toxic aura around him and a bunch of aurora buddies. Not so toxic now, though. Accurate, evasive, charges, enemies take chaos damage over time, resists cold. Hey, Oozeback Bloom here. Cool. Level 4. But it basically just counts as a regular. It's actually specifically listed here as a unique. You can't click or interact with it. So for the uniques, for example, we can't click it and then see where you could find it, for example. That could be pretty useful, because for example, Primordial Roa, I think it's from the Treasure Island, something. It's one of those special Zana maps. But if you need this for a recipe and you don't know where to find it, then, well, basically it's a indirect referral to the wiki. done having a look at the beasties. I want to sacrifice them. Oh, this is not the... Can't just portal out. Well, eventually I'll have mapped everything and then I'll know where to go. Ah, this is the Menagerie itself. Come on. Come on, you can load it. Come on. Yes, thank you. Okay, it actually doesn't remember where you were, so they count as instances. That's gonna be fun. Have to learn your way around. Blood altar. We have one recipe, so that's gonna be easy. Rare boots with movement speed. Do we get to choose or pick the kind? I guess not. So, one fight with Oozeback Bloom and 3 angry robots. So, Menagerie itself counts as a level 1 realm. Or level 1 area. I'm 6, these are 4. I wonder if anything is gonna... Oh, it's based on the beastie in the top left slot. So if we... Okay, so we have one Oozeback Bloom, that is the one that is left in the socket, then it's any. And the item level is the result of the item based in the top left. So if there's a unique required, that's gonna pick it. Presumably if you've captured multiple Oozeback Blooms, maybe if you have captured something of multiple levels. Well, for something like a Oozeback Bloom that always appears at the same level, but some other ones don't have that. Then you can decide or determine the level with this one. For the rest, we can just use any. Okay. So let's craft and fight after we put the protector there. Cool. So we've totem and we have our Molten Strike.
The first ones are watching, Survivor. Don't disappoint them.
Okay. And the question is, can I simply recapture it?
You are truly a survivor.
No. Oh, I don't even have my I don't have my traps here. Okay. Oh, and then we can click the altar to get our reward out. Okay, well, anything is an improvement over rubbish, so that's good. And now we can move around a little faster. And presumably there's a pretty good incentive to just farm the Oozeback Bloom 2 or 3 times, as well as just obtaining a bunch of low-level ROAS to see if you can get a different base that is maybe more to your liking. But I like the mechanic. So far, I like it. This seems very useful. Seems very interesting. And well, it's you can farm things, but you got things a little bit more under control. I like it. But for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time when we go into the Flooded Depths and try to progress a little further into the story. And with a bit of luck, maybe obtain our Spectral Shield Throw, because that is, after all, the whole point of this build. So, bye bye.